welcome to today's episode of the Sacred Travel Podcast. As it is the mysterious, mystical season of Samhain, I have prepared a special meditation transformative journey for you where we are going to be traversing the realms of the labyrinth. The labyrinth is one of the oldest symbols to signify death and rebirth. And so as we are diving into this portal of facing our own shadows, of connecting with our inner gifts, our treasures, stripping away everything that is not in full alignment with our inner truth, we are going to be venturing these magnificent realms of the labyrinth. The original labyrinth is said to be found on the island of Crete in Greece, where today still one of the palaces is alive. But of course, we also still find the energetic imprint of the labyrinth and the Minotaur, that is the sacred guardian of the labyrinth. And at the same time, he is depicted as a mad creature, but symbolizing that when we venture into this spiral of life, the ups and downs of life, we are facing our deepest fears, facing that which we rather run away from than working through it. So I am inviting you to look up all the symbology about Crete and the labyrinth and the Minotaur. It's super, super interesting. But today we are going to be into a felt experience. So I'm inviting you to take a comfortable seat or even lay down if this feels more appropriate for you. And closing your eyes. As you come into the awareness of your breath and allowing your breath to be the guide into a deeper relaxation of your body and a deeper state of consciousness. Deep, deep breaths into your belly that at the same time are guiding you deeply inside your own body. An excavation of truths and sacred alignments within your body template. And so envision that you are standing in some temple ruins on an island in the Mediterranean. And as you wander these temple ruins, you all of a sudden receive this energetic notion, and you start seeing with your third eye, with your inner eye. You can see how the structures that are now no more intact once were. And the sacred geometry of it, the energetic blueprint that is still present today as an overlay of reality, is still there. And so inviting you to lay down your mental shielding and come into a felt experience with all of your senses. Perceiving the energy change as you walk through these grid lines of stones that are filled with ancient and sacred information. And it's these subtle shifts in the environment that you realize when all of these little hairs on your arms are all of a sudden standing upright, acting as little sensors. Maybe there is a shift in temperature. Maybe there is a shift in the lighting. And as you wander around, you become aware that you have made your way standing in front of a cave entrance. And without knowing where this cave entrance leads you, this black hole, you know that there is something inside that is summoning you, a power greater than any of your fears could ever be. A pulse, an energetic pulsation from inside this earth womb that is calling you, calling out to you, reaching out to you, almost like energetic fingertips touching you and pulling you in. And so you lay aside all of your fears that might be there of venturing into the unknown, venturing into the darkness. You lay all that aside and you surrender. For you know that there is something for you to retrieve, to reclaim in the center, in that womb tomb of creation. And before you step in, there is a guide, a special guide for you that presents. Maybe it's a goddess, it's a god, an animal, a color, an energy, an ascended master. Let them come to you and speak a special advice, a blessing into your ear before you enter. And your whole sensation, your body sensation changes as you hear these whispers into your ear. And it's not just whispers, it's a truth that is reverberating in your entire system. An echo that is created in the depth of your cells. For you know that there is something deep inside of you stirred that now wants to come to the surface. And so you step into these temple walls, leading you down a staircase, and the light behind you is fading, and so you are completely reliant on all of your senses now that your sight is taken, now that you are being sucked into this womb space of the earth. You can hear the pulse of the earth. All of your clairs are heightened now. Hey everybody, if you are enjoying the show, then you would do me the biggest favor in clicking the subscribe button and engaging with my content so I can continue to deliver these beautiful conversations to you. Thank you so much. There is an inner vision, your oracular sight, that opens up like a huge eyelid between your eyebrows. You are beginning to feel and to become one with your environment. You're fully merging with this landscape, and you receive an inner knowing that you are on the path of the labyrinth. You found the entrance to the original labyrinth, the one that is set to be long lost, the one that is set to exist in another dimension, in another time and space. You found it. It summoned you because you have some work to do here. And then you also recall that you might not be alone in this labyrinth. There is a Minotaur, a creature half man, half bull, that is the sacred guardian of this place. But you also sense that all the stories that have been told, for you there is no need to be afraid, because you come with a devotional intention. You come as an offering in front of the altar of creation to shed your own skin, to clear any personal layers of ego, melting down so you can access deeper layers of collective consciousness and ultimately merge to become one with the grid consciousness. I'm inviting you to very consciously put one foot in front of the other as you are navigating your way in the darkness. Notice your breathing pattern. I'm sensing it changing. It's becoming more deeply just as you go deeper into this labyrinth. Observe your thoughts, observe your mental body, and how your thoughts are creating your emotions. And so dropping this mental layer, knowing that in a labyrinth you can never get lost. It is one way out, just as it is one way in. But there is no way that you go out without having been to the very center point. And so just as you are navigating in a spiraling path, going deeper towards the center, but also deeper into the earth, into the crust, into the center, into the heart space, you become aware of patterns in your life. And whenever you are crossing a threshold where you think you have been before, it's another spiral overlay, and you are simply crossing the same point in a perceived time-space continuum on another spiral level. And you will continue spiraling over this very same situation in the very same behavior way until you come to Go to the source and to the root to clear, cleanse, and purify that which is not in alignment. Maybe you want to stretch out your arms and just feel how these stone walls are supporting you. They're actually a container. See it as you are being guided and guarded at the same time. Your energy is being guided and directed into the deepest depth of your own soul. As your outer journey is a reflection of the inner, your consciousness is falling deeper and deeper into a state of accessing layers that you have tucked away, you have ignored, you have buried, you have resigned inside yourself. So using this labyrinth as a guide to find the places inside yourself that you have safely stored away in the darkness. Like in a big pond of water where the surface is so calm. But it is now in the season of Scorpio that we are diving deep, deep, deep into the mud, through the layers of all the sediments that have settled, to find exactly that poison which is poisoning you from the depth of your being, from deep, deep, deep inside, without you even knowing it. And so, as you are connecting with these layers, you are hearing some sounds in the labyrinth. It's like some grunting, heavy breathing. And you know that the Minotaur is close. You are coming closer to it. Just observing also, again, your own breathing pattern, observing this anticipation, how you are reacting to that. Where can you feel that in your body? What are the physical sensations? Is there any reaction of your nervous system? What are the emotions triggered? The visions? Maybe memories? What are the images that you are getting? And even if you have come here with no idea on what there is to clear or to depoison or to rip out of your own flesh and blood, now that you are accessing these deeper, darker layers of your psyche, of your consciousness, you are coming close to it. And even if you don't know what it is, just paying attention to all that which is intuitively coming to you. It might be a surprise. It might be not. Allow your body, allow your subconscious to speak to you in all the ways all the channels that you have opened for it now to communicate with you, to bring into your awareness that which is holding you back most right now from living an aligned life. And as you feel and you hear that you are approaching the Minotaur, you also get a sense that you are not far from the center. You are not far from the source. But still, there are some spirals to do. There are some bends to follow. And meanwhile, you have received a state where you can navigate quite comfortably in the darkness, getting used to it, getting a certain sense of comfort from the protective walls. And so also coming to terms with that having the courage to venture into your own darkness, your own shadows, and being courageous enough to face them. It feels like a death, but it's more a death of the ego, the personification, the identity that you have crafted around yourself or around certain situations, rather than a physical death. And for some, it might even take some adjustment of your nervous system. And so before you are fully stepping into the center, there is another gate. And in front of this gate, your guide from the very beginning is waiting again. And the guide is morphing now into Hekate. She is the goddess of the underworld, the goddess of the crossroads. She is the dark feminine. And so she asks you if you are ready to step into the center of the labyrinth, if you're ready to face what you have to face, if you're ready to step through and to let go what you have to let go. And so you give her your answer. And then just see, maybe she has another comfort, consolation, consultation for you. And maybe she even offers you to accompany you and step with you together into the middle of the labyrinth. And as the door opens, you step into a circular platform that is a little illuminated. And you can see and you can feel and you can sense this immense giant creature of the Minotaur, this guardian of that most sacred place. And at first, he has his back on you, but when you step into the circle, he turns around, showing you his bull's eyes and the face and the horns. And I invite you, I want you, Hekate says, to look him, to stare him directly in the eyes, directly. Look at the color of the eyes. And staying present with you, staying present with your breath, changing, if you have a shallow breath, into a deep, deep breathing pattern. And you don't move, you just stare at each other. You just stare into these eyes that are full of, what is it that you see? Do you see a ferocious, atrocious, man-eating creature? Or do you see a guardian, a protector of life? What else do you see? Do you see pain? And then does this pain transform into a gift? Does this pain dissolve and transform into determination, into the joy of being alive? Do you see a trap? And do you see the reflection that it's a trap that you created yourself, that is now burst open, and this trap morphs into choices and different choice points? What else do you see? Look deeply, deeply into the dark, the black of his eyes, into the shape-shifting, into the color morphing, until there is new cosmic swirls, new worlds emerging from his eyes. And the Minotaur has now gone to his knees, fully tame. Opening his hands and asking you to put your hands in his. And as you do this, all of the past, all of that which has held you back, any emotions that are not serving you any longer, any thought patterns, all of that is leaving your body, and the Minotaur is offering to take it on him, and then to safely deposit it into the earth for her. To bring it back to source. and into transformation. See energetic threads leaving your body, leaving your fingers, your hands, and see this humble and beautiful creature that is offering to serve as a vessel for healing, to serve as a vessel for taking on your pain, taking on the earth's suffering, and being a vessel for purification, to give it back and bring it back to source. And you realize now that all that you have seen in the Minotaur's eyes were a mere reflection of your own thoughts, your own beliefs, and a fractal of your own soul that you now are reclaiming in the center of the labyrinth. And you feel that all that you needed to leave here has now left your body. And you are thanking the Minotaur in your very own way. Blessing this temple guardian. As Hekate steps in and leads you back, knowing it is time to go now. And you realize that there is a hole in the ground. And she ushers you through that hole that is an earth slide, bringing you even a level deeper into the cave system. And you can almost feel that you are under the ocean right now. How you are surrounded by water, yet held in this massive and complex rock structure. This is a surprise because you thought that you are going the very same way out. But Hekate has another surprise for you, because you can see that from this layer of the earth temple where you are now, there is 3 holes in the rock. And as she is the morphing shapeshifter and the guardian of the crossroads, it is now up to you, she says, to choose which one you're taking. There is no right or wrong, but they are all different. All paths are different. And it doesn't mean that eventually they will all lead you to what you are most looking for, but it is up to you to choose the one that feels most aligned right now. And again, leaving behind all fears of missing out something or going the wrong direction. Just coming into full trust and surrender that your senses will lead you where you need to be. So you are choosing your rock hole, you are choosing your path now. Stepping through into another layer, into another guided journey of the unknown. And again, it takes some time for your senses, your eyesight, your ears, to adjust to where you are. And I want you to feel for a moment into, how does this path feel? How does it feel to be here? Is there a sense of excitement that you've come here? What are you feeling, and where in your body is that alive? Using your body as a sacred map to navigate. Where does this come alive? And where is the energy flowing so you follow? So you start walking knowing that although mentally it doesn't make any sense, you know that this path will lead you back. This is your way out of the labyrinth, and this is the journey, your unique journey that you have chosen consciously to walk. And even if there is challenges that arise, you have the tools, you have the means to navigate them. You know now that there is nothing that can hold you back, or that you cannot overcome. So continuing the spiral path upward. And again, just like venturing in, I want you to observe your breathing pattern. Is it lighter? I want you to feel into your whole body. Does your body feel lighter? How do you walk? Maybe you almost dance or hop. Even if it's dark, what are the colors? Is there a different lighting to it? A glow that is embracing you and accompanying you, almost like you are walking in a trail of light that is illuminating with every step as you go. And this is not a usual labyrinth, it's a magical labyrinth, so it means that there is also walls that are closed. But just as you arrive, miraculously, the doors open and then there is another clearing for you to walk through. Allow this path to unfold and allow it to show you how there is a symbolism and a mirror that can be used for your own life's journey. Is this showing you that you can come and allow yourself into deeper trust that the universe will always provide, and that no matter the path that you're walking, everything that you need will be given and put right in front of your nose, your feet, your eyes, for you to be seen, for you to retrieve it and to work with it. There's no way for you to miss it. So continue your spiral upward as you are feeling that you are making your way away from the heart, away from this transformative womb tomb. Just as you spiraled in with a certain energy, you are now spiraling out and also spiraling up again. Closer and closer to the surface of the earth again. And then you can already hear the sounds of the outer world, the birds chirping, the wind in the trees. You can hear the ocean as the waves clash to the cliffs. Taking a moment to take a deep, deep breath, and you can smell the sea breeze. As also now there is more light as the path clears and is getting wider, so the stone walls are opening up almost like the birth canal, where you are birthing yourself anew into the world. You are emerging from this womb cave that has consumed a former version of you, for you now to step out as the most aligned and enlightened being that you are. Sensing trust, sensing empowerment, a deep connection to yourself, to your purpose, and a knowing of who you truly are in your essence. Maybe even not taking yourself too seriously because you thought you were someone, but then you got to know that you're not, that you are even more than that. Taking a moment before you step out to allow your eyes to adjust to the lighting and to fully open up to the outer world again. And a final time, Hekate greets you at the exit of the labyrinth. And she just has a big, big affirmative smile on her face. There is an owl on her shoulder, the ancient symbol of wisdom and of the underworld. You have now been gifted with the sight of the owl. You can see in the darkness. You can navigate. You have successfully ventured and navigated your own shadowlands. Now it is time to step into the light again and embody this new version that you are. Stepping out of the labyrinth and taking a moment to bathe in the sunlight, to feel the solar codes kissing, caressing your skin, to feel how it is to be alive. Your senses are still heightened, so walking with awareness of smelling the pine trees, smelling the ocean, feeling the warmth of the sun and the ground beneath your feet. Feeling that you are alive and that it is so much fun and there is so much excitement to be living this newly aligned life that lies before you. Gifting yourself with 3 deep, deep breaths, bringing movement into your body, making sure that you come back to the present moment, giving thanks to all the energies and the deities that have supported you on this reclamation journey, and then opening your eyes again. Thank you so much for journeying with me. I hope that you have a blessed portal into the underworld and reclaiming these gifts. Samhain is a harvesting feast, and it is all about harvesting our inner treasures. Thank you so much for listening in today, and I will see you next time.